Hello, my name is James Clark. I'm the executive chef of the Carolina Crossroads restaurant here at the Carolina Inn here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Today we are going to be doing a pimento cheese that we do here at the restaurant. And since it's September and it's football season now, go Tar Heels. This is going to be a great, easy, quick recipe to do for when you have groups of people to come over and watch the game, or if you want to package it up and take it with you to the game to tailgate. Or if you're coming here to the restaurant here at Carolina Crossroads, we'll have it here as well. I'm going to start by liquefying some sweet onions. And in the blender, I put in just a little bit of sweet onion that's been a little bit chopped down. And then with the pimentos, when you buy them, they have this sort of liquid that comes with them. You know, a lot of people say they just strain that liquid off. Well, what I do is I use that liquid because it has a lot of great flavor, and I just use that liquid to liquefy the onions. Put the lid on nice and firm, and cover it, and then I'm just going to cut them to liquefy them. So I get this nice sort of pungent onion flavor. So now that they're liquefied, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put those right into the mixer. Just like that. Then I'm going to put my onions to the side. Then I'm going to come back to the pimentos later. So with the liquefied onion, I'm going to add to that because I want to soften my cream cheese and my goat cheese. And I use a fresh Chev goat cheese that's not aged. And I just put that right in there with it as well. I also put in my mayonnaise. Whoops. Right into the mixer. And then I'm going to want those to blend. So I turn my mixer on kind of slow. And I'm going to want those to blend so they mold together and they're about the same consistency. The mayonnaise, of course, is a little softer than the cream cheese, and the goat cheese is a little stiffer than the cream cheese. So I'm going to let those blend until they become the same consistency. So while those are blending, I'm going to grate my cheeses. And the two cheeses that I like to use are an extra sharp cheddar cheese, which I think is the true bold flavor of pimento cheese is the extra sharp cheddar cheese. It's imperative. And I usually like to buy mine not grated and grate it by hand myself and expose that that cheese and those different surfaces of the cheese myself by putting it through the grater by hand, or an electric grater is fine as well. All right, and then the other cheese I use is a Gruyere, and the Gruyere has a nice bold flavor to it as well, and it's also got it's really nice and salty cheese too. So I like to put a little bit of Gruyere in there as well. So once I've got all my cheeses grated, then it's time to simply just pop them right into the mixer. I like to add just a little bit of cheese at a time, and then constantly the trick is it's important that sometimes the cheese will get stuck on the bottom, and I like to get the spatula around there to scrape the edges and the sides that get thrown up on the side and don't get mixed in. And then add some more cheese in. And do this back and forth. A little of the sharp cheddar. And then a little of the Gruyere. Then a little of the sharp cheddar. Then stop and scrape it down. Give it a good scrape. All right. So it's important that this is well mixed, but don't over mix it, because then you'll start to pasteurize the cheese, and the cheese will start to separate, and it'll get oily and greasy on top, and that is not what you want to happen. So now that it's mixed, I'm going to add a little bit of the pimentos for that color and that flavor. I'm going to season it with just a little bit of salt and a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. And then I'm going to add a little bit of hot sauce. Now this is up to you how much hot sauce you want to put in. It's not a science. So if you like it a little spicy, add some hot sauce. If you don't like it so spicy, then don't put quite as much in. All right. Then I'm just going to simply blend that together, and then we're done. So now when we're ready to set it up for your guests that are coming over, I like to take and put a little bit of the pimento cheese right here on the center of the plate, like this. Maybe put a few pickles, like we did last month, on here. A little bit of sprouts, make it nice. And then just a little bit of crackers to put it on the cracker and enjoy. And there you go. It's just a little bit of fresh pimento cheese set up and ready to go for the football game. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're able to try this out. And if not, please come down and see us here at Carolina Crossroads Restaurant at Carolina Inn in Chapel Hill.